everyone, welcome to this webinar. Today we are going to understand why export factoring is an expensive product for MSME exporters in India. Let's first start with understanding what do we mean by export factoring. So export factoring is a form of pre-shipment export financing in which the exporter sells his short-term trade receivables, usually at a discount, and to a factor and receives a cash payment. A factor is an intermediary that provides financing to these exporters by purchasing their accounts receivables. Now, there are two types of factoring, recourse factoring and non-recourse factoring. In recourse factoring, the factor purchases the export bills from an exporter on the condition that the exporter will buy them back if they go uncollected. That is, if the importer fails to make the payment. So in recourse factoring, the exporter has the obligation to buy back unpaid receivables. In non-recourse factoring, the exporter is allowed to sell his export receivables to a factor without any obligations of buying the unpaid receivables back. So if the importer defaults on his payment, the losses are absorbed by the factor. The commission or the discount rate is higher for non-recourse factoring than recourse factoring. Let's now look at how export factoring works. So first, the exporter receives the purchase order and submits the invoice and the shipping documents to his factoring company for credit approval. The export factor checks the importer's creditworthiness through an import factor. The import factor is a factoring company in the importer's country. The import factor then analyzes the creditworthiness of the importer and sends his decision to approve or refuse the requested credit limit to the export factor. The exporter is then advised by his factor regarding the creditworthiness of the importer, and following that, the exporter ships the goods to the importer. Next, the export factor then makes a part cash advance payment to the exporter, usually 80% of the total amount. The import factor then follows up with the importer and collects the money. After that, he remits the same to the export factor. Finally, the export factor pays the remaining balance to the exporter and completes the process of factoring. Now, let's look at some of the advantages of export factoring for an exporter. First is in immediate cash inflow. The exporter sells its receivables to the factors and immediately receives working capital. This rapid cash inflow helps the exporter to strengthen the company's daily operations and allow a smooth flow of business. Next is business growth. The exporter increases their sales volume by offering open account terms to their importers, enabling the importers to place larger orders. Next is collection management. Now the factor handles the collection of payment from the importer, taking away the hassle of following up and account management from the exporters. Next is competitive advantage. The export factoring provides the exporters a competitive advantage by allowing them to offer open account terms and win businesses in a competitive marketplace. Next is reduced risk. The factor guarantees payment from the importer in case of non-recourse factoring, as we saw earlier. So if the importer defaults due to bankruptcy or insolvency, the exporter does not have to bear the default. It reduces the overall credit risk of the exporter. And the last is alternate solution. Now, export factoring provides an alternative export trade finance solution other than long-term banking or export credit insurance or any other high-cost debt. Now that we have seen the advantages of export factoring, let's try and understand why is it that export factoring is not popular in India, for MSMEs in particular. So the first reason is that interest subvention is not available to exporters because financing happens in foreign currency only. Whereas there are other export finance or financing options available where interest subvention is given to MSME exporters. Second, that unlike banking, where export financing assets are a part of priority sector lending, which are mandatory for them, pushing them to offer more competitive rates, where they try to outbid each other. On the other hand, it is not mandatory for factors. Next, because of risk assumption on the buyer, factoring turns out to be more expensive and is usually backed by insurance policies, which adds to the cost. Last, there are cheaper options available for exporters to finance their working capital needs, like PCFC or PCINR, that is packing credit in foreign currency or packing credit in INR, where MSME exporters also get interest subvention, making it even cheaper. So we saw what is export factoring and why is it not popular in India for MSME exporters. I hope you found the webinar to be informative. Please feel free to reach out to us for any further queries at gunjan.patil@myforexsite.com or at 7771 009 009. Thank you.